Today on the net. In Pakistan, the blogosphere is mobilized in reaction to the flooding in the country. The Italian web is campaigning to protect its freedom of speech online. And a spectacular video of a bus in the River Seine is circulating on sharing sites. This is the worst flooding Pakistan has seen in 80 years. The web is in action, bearing witness to the extent of the catastrophe. One web user from the town of Hazro in the northwest of the country has posted several videos online demonstrating that life continues despite the downpours and flooding of the past few days. The situation is very different in the region of Nowshera that has been severely affected by the flooding. It's been completely paralysed. In these amateur images, we see victims of the disaster trying to escape from the water. Habib Malik, a humanitarian aid worker based in Scotland, has arrived in this region. In addition to his work in the most affected areas, he's keeping a video blog describing the situation in the refugee camps. Here he's talking about the shortage of drinking water that could lead to the spread of diseases like cholera. This emergency situation has been met with a rush of solidarity on the Pakistani web. Many web users have launched appeals for donations on social networks and are circulating the contact details for the main NGOs in the country. The Italian blogosphere is unhappy with certain measures in a bill currently under consideration in the country, a bill that is seeking to place restrictions on freedom of speech online. Reactions from angry Italian web users are multiplying. As this action group explains, a clause in the text of the bill is at the centre of the controversy. It's known as the blog killer and would make it mandatory for all blogs to rectify within 48 hours any news or articles that might contain inaccurate information or be fined up to €12,500. The authors of this blog see this as a freedom killer and says it will force web users to be permanently on their guard to avoid any legal worries. And the web wasted no time in protesting this measure. Belligia Blue, a group that campaigns for web users' rights, has organised several demonstrations in the country over the past few weeks, as we see in these images. Thousands of Italians took part in these demonstrations to condemn what they call the gag rule, a clause they feel calls the country's freedom of expression into question. A Twitter thread and a Facebook group have also been created to keep people updated and coordinate campaign efforts against this bill. Dozens of amateur videos like this one are circulating on sharing sites, denouncing the freedom-killing nature of this bill. Here a young man explains that it is vital to protest because if this bill is adopted, then Italians will no longer be able to keep themselves informed nor express themselves. This online mobilization has the support of traditional media as well as many journalists and academics. In this video, made by the daily La Repubblica, well-known figures are calling upon citizens to continue their campaigning and to do everything they can to stop such a law being adopted. A trip with friends, an isolated hotel in the mountains, and mysterious disappearances. These are the elements of the scenario for Lost in Val Sinestra, a film in which you and your friends take on the main roles. The site connects to your Facebook account and you can use your own contacts to make up the cast. You're left with a personalised trailer that subtly incorporates the photos and the names of your friends in the storyline. This is a viral campaign dreamt up by the operator Swisscom to promote its television service. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg said, "The age of privacy is over." Gawker.com has taken this declaration literally. This celebrity gossip site has given Zuckerberg the paparazzi treatment. A photographer followed his every move for several days. The paparazzi's conclusion? Mark Zuckerberg lives a very ordinary life for a 26-year-old billionaire. Tourists in Paris were witness to an incredible scene last week. A bus parked near the River Seine had a problem with its brake and fell into the river, whilst dumbstruck passers-by looked on. Fortunately, the bus was empty when it fell in the water and so there were no victims. Very fortunate, considering this is a very busy tourist spot at this time of year.
And we saw this bus jumping this curb right here, and it went right down there into the river.